Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad to see you today. Well, today we have something very, very fun we're going to work with. Remember, when you watch the video, I get the green check to let me know that you watched it, and that's your participation grade. I love all the pictures that you sent in last week of your cardinals in the tree, and I saw two cardinals outside my window this morning. The red one and the female, which was a little bit, had a lot more brown in it. So I hope you're starting to see the cardinals or the red birds flying around. Remember, they're migrating because it's really, really cold where they're at. Well, today we're going to make something where it's really, really cold. One of my favorite books at this time of the year is Polar Express. And I know most all of you know the story, so I'm not going to read it to you. But if you want to, you can YouTube it and you can have someone read it to you. It's also a movie, and I'm sure lots of you have seen the movie. Well, the reason I like Polar Express so much is I love trains. Growing up, I always had a train underneath my tree at Christmas. And guess what? I still have that very same train, and that very same train is going around my Christmas tree. I love the sound of the train. I love the toot toot. Trains are very fun to make though. Today we're going to make a train, our train engine. We're going to have our train going to where it's really, really cold, up to the North Pole. And we're also going to do what's called a collage. A collage is a French word. It means paper pasting, but it means we can glue anything down that we want to. It has a lot of different things on a piece of paper. I have construction paper, I have cotton balls, I have yarn, I have paint, and I have glitter. We're going to make a collage of our train engine going to the North Pole. Okay, so if you're at home, get your space ready. And remember, if you don't have paper, you can draw the train. You can color the train. You can paint the train. You can find more collage things all around your house than I have here in the art room. I want to see how many different things you can come up with to collage on your train. Okay? The first thing we need to know, though, is everything we're going to do today is going to be made from a square. You know it is a square if it has 4 corners, or another word for corners is vertices, and I know you guys are so smart you know that, and 4 equal sides. A square has equal sides. This would be a square because the sides are equal, and 4 corners or 4 vertices. This is a rectangle. A rectangle has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. Well, today we are going to work with the square, and I'm going to show you how many different things you can make out of a square. And guess what you can make out of a square? A train engine. So let's get started. I'm going to try this one on green paper. I made that one on blue. I'm going to make this one on green. Make sure you can see it there. Can you see it? There. We're going to start with a black square because my engine is going to be black. Remember, my square has 4 corners and 4 equal sides. If I take my square and I fold my square in half, what did I get? You're right, a rectangle. A rectangle has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. If I open it up, I have 2 rectangles. And guess what? They are the same on both sides. That means it is symmetrical. Can everybody say that word? Symmetrical. Symmetrical means it's the same on both sides. So I'm going to cut on my fold. And if it's the same on both sides, I have, you're right, 2 rectangles. And if I put 2 rectangles together, I have a square. We always put our dots of glue in the corners. Do we make zigzag lines or somersault lines or spirals? In the corner. So my rectangle is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dots of glue. And I'm going to take my other rectangle. How many dots of glue? You're right, 4, because our rectangle has 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to kind of make like an L. One's going horizontal, one's going vertical. And we talked about that last week with our bird, didn't we? Horizontal, vertical. Good job. And that was made from my square. I'm now going to take a red. And it's a smaller square, but it's still a square. 4 corners, 4 equal sides. This time, I'm going to turn my square on its head. But don't let it confuse you. It is still a square. A lot of times kids will say, well, I think that's a diamond. It's still a square. It didn't change. It just turned on its head. Don't let Mr. Square trick you. That is not a diamond. The sides are equal and it has 4 corners. I'm going to take the top and fold it down to the bottom. This time I have a triangle. A triangle has 1, 2, 3 sides and 3 corners, or 3 vertices. And when I open it up, it's the same on both sides. Who remembers what that word is? You're right, symmetrical. So I'm going to cut on that fold, and I'm going to have 2 triangles. And if I put 2 triangles together, I have a square. So I can put 2 rectangles together and make a square, and I can put 2 triangles together and make a square. How many dots of glue would I put on this triangle? You're right, 3, because there's 3 corners, or 3 vertices. 1, 2, 3. And there's the top of my train. 1, 2, 3. And I love the front of trains. And it's okay if they go off the page. It's a big train. Okay. Now, if you want, you could also cut off the top of the triangle. If you want your train to look like that, you can do that. You're welcome to do anything you want with your train. I now think my train needs wheels. I have a yellow square. Remember, we can make a circle out of this. Don't put it in the middle. Put it on the corner. And turn the paper, not the scissors. I have a wheel. How many dots of glue would I put on a circle? You're right, 1. There's not any corners or vertices. I need another wheel. Am I going to put my scissors in the middle? No, I'm going to put my scissors in the corner. Turn the paper, not the scissors. Go round and round and round. 2. Ooh, I have big wheels on this one. You can make big wheels or small wheels. Here we go again. I'll make this wheel a little bit smaller because it's at the very, very front. Okay, I'm gonna take another black. I'm gonna fold it in half. Remember, it's gonna make 2 rectangles. And I want a smokestack. All engines have smokestacks. So I'm gonna take my rectangle and I'm gonna cut off a smaller one here. And I have a smokestack. It's a little tiny rectangle, so 4 dots of glue. Ta-da! I can take my leftover piece and I'm gonna cut the little tiny spokes inside the wheel. So I'm just gonna cut a smaller circle because trains have very, very big wheels. One, 2, 3. And you know what's really cool about trains? Unlike cars, their wheels are connected together. So I'm gonna cut, and I am going to make a very skinny rectangle, and you can make it however you want. And I'm gonna connect this together. Oh, I like that. But I need a window. The conductor's got to look out to go, oh, get out of the way, the train's coming. Watch this trick. Turn, except this time I'm gonna go straight down. You see that? And I want you to learn this shape because we're gonna be using this shape next week. Whoa, made it kind of big. 1 dot of glue here, but I like it. The spokes on my wheel. Whoa, get up there, window. And if you want to draw the conductor in there, you can. Trains have big wheels. And let's see. Oh, I have a little bit. Remember, we always want to use scraps. I'm gonna put a tiny one back here because that's gonna connect 4 dots of glue. It's a rectangle. The next train car. Now let's see. My train needs smoke coming out. We're gonna keep cutting all kinds of colors for my smoke coming out. I want to see how good you're getting at cutting your circles. And I'm going to show you another trick. You want to learn how to make a spiral? Watch this. Mrs. Owen's favorite line is a spiral. Are you ready for the secret trick? Let's try it. I'm first going to cut my circle. Hard to see against the white in it. See that? Now, I'm gonna start and I'm gonna cut around and around and around. Find my, where did I put my marker here? Well, he disappeared, yes. I'm gonna start on the outside and I'm gonna go around and around and around. And that's going to cut a spiral. Ready? And you stop in the middle. That's how you make a spiral. Isn't that cool? Now, there's 2 ways you can glue a spiral. I can glue it in the middle, or I can glue it on the end. I'm gonna glue this one in the middle. Ta-da! And my spiral's gonna stick up. Whoa, I like that. I'm going to cut, I'm gonna cut a yellow circle coming out. And I think I want some more blue. Oh, here. I cut a purple. You can use whatever colors you want. And I think I'm going to cut another spiral coming out of there. Let's see what color I want. Ooh, I want a red. I'll make a red spiral. I'm going to start with a circle. And then remember, turn, 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 turn. And I made a spiral. This one, I'll glue down at the other end, make it different. I'm gonna overlap them over here. Ta-da! So he could be sticking up. If you have yarn or whatever you have at your house, I found some blue yarn. I'm gonna have yarn coming out of my smokestack. We're gonna make a very, 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 very fun, because remember, we are making a collage. Do you remember what country that word comes from? You're right, France. You just spoke French. Collage. I collaged paper. I am now collaging yarn. Ooh, what about some cotton balls? I am gonna put some cotton balls on. Let's see if they'll stay while my paper's up. I can roll paint on it. I can put glitter on it. And you might come up with some more ideas of what you can collage on your train, okay? But just remember, everything that we made today started with a square. A square has 4 equal sides, 4 corners, or 4 vertices. This is a square. I can fold a square in half and make a rectangle. I can turn a square on its head and make a triangle. I also can cut a square in a circle by turning around, around, and around. And I can take that circle and make a spiral by going round and round and round. Whoa, that's a big spiral, isn't it? I'm going to put him underneath here. Then I want you to collage. Find anything you want. I can use yarn, I can use cotton balls, I can use paint, I can use glitter, I can use Duodots, I can do a paintbrush and dab it. You can do whatever you want to collage your train. Send me your pictures. I can't wait to see them. And I hope you have fun making your train going to the North Pole. And I will see you next week. Bye.